everyone. We're going to start the press conference, official press conference of the national coach Luis de la Fuente before the game of tomorrow between Spain and Scotland. One question per media, and identify yourself with your media. I think we have to ask you about O'Brien. Have you seen him these days? Has he adapted quickly to what you're asking for him? And is he going to start? Do you think he can start? Hello, good evening. I'm just going to say I'm very happy to be in Seville. And saying this, Jessica, Brian is very happy to be here. He's integrated very quickly into the group. His character helps him, his personality helps him, so we're very happy with that. Not just on the human side, but also on the football side. He's understanding the concepts very well, what we're asking for him, and fundamentally, and he could of course play from the start. But there's one thing that left me very calm, that I told him, Brian, this is a very important chance. Nothing's given you anything. You've fought for it. You've worked for it hard. What do you think? And he said, Mister, I'm never going to change. I'm going to carry on like this. I'm going to continue on the pitch and off the pitch. And that's what I told him. Don't change, because that's why you're here. I want to ask you, after Brian, Lamine Yamal, what happened? Why did he come to Madrid? He had an injury. The Barcelona had given an official statement. Why did he have to come to Madrid to Las Rosas? Hello. Well, only because he had an injury. And there's some protocols from a long time in the national team that we want the players to come to be revised. But the most important thing about this is I wanted to speak to him. I wanted to see him. I wanted to spend a few hours with him, and for him to spend time with his colleagues. And I wanted to express him, keep him calm. He's still a kid of 16 years old. And nothing better than his national coach to tell him to be calm, to recover slowly. He's got our support, and to get back soon, because we want you with us back soon. That's what I said to him. That was the reason why he came. Talking about Brian, going back to Brian, I wanted to ask you about the process, he wasn't in the first pre-list, and then Sunday night, then we see that goal against Barcelona, and then he gets into the list. In what moment do you see that he's going to be in the list? Well, I already commented that we've got to do a pre-list, but it's very important, of course, but it's not definite. So other players can get involved, even if not on the pre-list. He was a player we were following. We're not going to lie. There was a few injuries that we were obliged to change a few players, and in that moment there was nothing. In that moment, especially after that game against Barcelona, a player that was also under our radar. We were following him, and I thought he was the best player for that moment, or for this moment. I'm not going to ask you about a player that's not here, why he's not here, but what's going to happen in the future. I'm talking about Brahim Diaz. Do you know already in the federation that he's still eligible to be selected for Spain, or has he already told you he wants to play for Morocco? Brahim is a player can be selected. Of course he can. In fact, he was with me under 18, under 19, under 21s. He's a great player, but as I always say, all great players have got the opportunity and the chance to come here. The doors are open to come here. And about Brahim, no one's told me the contrary, that he doesn't want to play for us. We also said in the past, footballers have got that opportunity. They have to decide one team or another with complete freedom. But in this case, what I know about Brahim, he wants to play for Spain, as far as I know. I wanted to ask you about Ansu Fati, another player that was also selected Sunday last minute. He's gone to England to try and find more playing minutes. How have you found him physically and mentally? How have you found him these days? Well, with Ansu, I think he's a footballer he's very happy with us. He feels very free with us in different situations of football. He's very comfortable with us. I've seen him happy. He's training. That it's lovely to see him train the way he is, and he knows we love him here. He knows he's got the support. He knows he's got my support and all my coaching team, all of us, in the way he plays, in his conditions. He's a fantastic footballer, and I believe in him 100%. So I insist, with us, he's very happy, and you can tell that. In the trainings, the many trainings that you haven't seen, you can tell that he's looking good. And I hope he can also demonstrate it in his new club. Given the fact that in professional football the most important thing is to win, always, I wanted to ask you, in the current moment of the federation, is it even more important now to win tomorrow and to win Sunday as well, to have sort of in the horizon the Euros, the qualification for the Euros? Well, I think that the only possibility to get this qualified in these two games, it shows the importance of these two games. Since we finished our concentration in September, we already knew how important these games were. Especially, firstly, the game of tomorrow is very important. It's crucial. So winning tomorrow, it opens up our qualification. So I think that answers everything. Because of that, so that possibility in 4 days being able to qualify, I wanted to ask you two things. What have you seen in the group? Have you seen that excitement to take this step to qualify? And on the other side, what can you teach? What happened in Glasgow that can help you tomorrow? Well, I think that a team is what speaking to the coaches, the team is showing us, making us feel secure. They're very professional. They're training very well. So we're happy with that. And plus, if we add all the talent that they've got, the skill they have, it's fantastic. And regarding Scotland, of course, we took conclusions of that game. The most important conclusion was that now we're stronger than before. We're a better team than what we were before. And our performances, we're showing better performances now. So now we need to play football and show them that we can win. And I insist. We have to be secure. We're very secure to confront this game. And we're going to try and win the game of tomorrow, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. But we have to start from tomorrow. I wanted to ask you about Jesus Navas. He's a very experienced player, older player. He's the last one left of the South Africa, the world champion in Spain 2010, and he's still here. He's here. Why is Jesus Navas? What projection do you have with him, or what does he give to the squad apart from on the pitch? What does he give your team off the pitch? Why a player with 37 years old is in this squad that you're forming with so many young players? I love him. Yeah, thank you. But Jesus for me he's one of the best players in the world in his positions. Now he understands the game even more. But there's one thing that I'm sure that all his managers say. You just got to see him train. He trains this with a great intensity, with great security, with great talent, with great skill. So it takes all doubts away from you. And I would also say that Jesus, he's still got a while to go. I don't know how far he's going to go to. But he's prepared to compete for many years. I also said in our process, for me as a national coach, being in the inferior categories, to think about other things, not just the result. Of course, the most important thing is the result. But to look ahead, to look in other ways, that's why it gives me the tranquility with Jesus or with Jordi when he was here, that they teach the younger kids, they show the younger kids values to the group, So in the future we'll be better. And given this, and the performances he gives on the pitch, plus everything he gives off the pitch, well, I don't have any doubts with him. When you were named national coach, you said you like to read the press, to watch the TV, that you check things on internet, that you listen to the radio. I wanted to know that if with time has gone now, if you still read the papers, or since March have you stopped watching as much, or from this summer have you stopped everything, or do you still watch a bit, or... I've commentated. I've said many times that in life you always learn, and in football you learn a lot. And in these circumstances, personal, to see what we learn. Yeah. So to be honest, I don't read as much press as before. Honestly, only if there's good things. I wanted to ask you about Scotland specifically. What game do you expect tomorrow? What expect your game from Scotland? Do you expect them to play like they did over there? And regarding some players, they've got some knocks. Are everyone available for you? I'll respond to the second question first. All players are available at this moment. Of course, there's some players with a knock. So we're going to wait till the last minute, see how he evolves, and we'll wait until the last minute. And regarding Scotland, well, I think a very hard game, tough game. We respect them a lot. We respect the Scotland national team, their players. It's a very tough opponent. They're showing it in their qualifications, the results they're having, and we know that it's going to be a very tough game. And as I repeat, we have to give our best version. We have to play at our best level to be able to win, because we're playing against a very high, top-level team. I wanted to ask you about the importance of Morata has in this team. He's scoring a lot of goals at the moment, but he's also the captain. He's not the usual captain you would have. He's not the biggest talker, but how important is he with his experience, and how important he is in the squad? Well, when I arrived, I also commented the captains earn the leadership, especially with their attitude, but not just because of shouting and gestures. There's many types of leadership, and Morata's an example of many things, like the other captains we have. So we're very happy, we're very lucky with the squad that we have. On the football side, they're fantastic. They're the best. For me, they're the best players. But also on the human side, they're fantastic. They're great people. And Morata's an example for everyone. He's an example for the younger players, also for the older players. And we all understand that he has a status inside the group. Of course, at football level, world class. So he's very respected. And the example he gives to the rest of his colleagues is fantastic. You said recently, after the game against Scotland, you just said that after the game against Scotland, you've improved a lot since. Can you tell us in what you've improved specifically? And also regarding the question my colleagues see, now that you don't read as much press, what do you do in that time that you have, extra time that you have? Well, I think we've improved. It's obvious. Just looking at the statistics, you can see we've improved. I look at the stats and I analyse them, but I think the team has improved in all facets of the game, all aspects of the game, in the attack, many different ways of attacking, in the way we play together as a team. I think we have possibilities to play with wingers coming in, coming out, which are the best players. And defensively, we're very secure. We're very strong. So the sensation of the team is great. I feel we've improved a lot. To be able to build a team, I think that's the main thing. In any footballistic vocabulary, it's all about building a team. And in that time, to be honest, I watch football. I also like to do sport. I like to take care of myself. But now with extra time, I like to watch more football.
Hola Luis, ¿es posible en inglés?
Sí.
Bueno, luego te contesto.
Okay. First of all, do you see it as a revenge mission
Como una
against
revancha este
Scotland
partido
tomorrow?
contra Escocia mañana.
And you say that you're playing a top-level team. Do you consider them to have improved
¿Tú crees que
since your
Escocia ha
game in
mejorado
March? Do you think they'll
desde
be playing
vuestro
with more
partido en marzo?
confidence given their impressive
¿Crees que van a jugar
results?
con más confianza, sobre todo con los resultados que han tenido?
Sí. No lo veo como una revancha.
I don't see it as a revenge. I see it as a game of football. We've got the obligation to win, to try and win. It's our responsibility professionally because we represent the whole country. It's not a revenge, it's a football game. Very important, but a football game. And I think all the teams have improved because with time, of course, with time, you usually improve. And Scotland keeps improving because they've got great footballers. I think tomorrow we're going to find a better Scotland, of course, yes. I wanted to ask you, what difference is there between what difference is there between the team you're thinking of playing tomorrow with the team that played against Scotland? Well, of course, there's some important players are missing from that day, but like in the same thing, the other day in March, I was convinced that they were the right players. But tomorrow it's the same. It'll be other players. Some players will repeat, others won't. So we'll see. We'll look at the training session today as well. I mean, I've got the idea of who's going to play. I'm going to select tomorrow the players that give us the biggest certainty to win the game tomorrow. Also, the games aren't win. You don't win the games with the starting 11. You also with the players that come on. So that's why the importance of the whole group. Scotland has conceded 1 goal in 5 games. Tomorrow is playing against a team that scored 16 goals. Have you got a specific plan against that great defence? We'll be ourselves. We've demonstrated we've got great attacking potential, very important. But the games you win games in the area. I know it's a typical expression you say, but it's true. The games are won in the areas, both defensively and attacking. We want to be very strong defensively in our area, and sometimes you don't have to create too many chances to win a game if you're able to score them. So we need to find that balance. If we find that balance, we'll be closer to winning the victory, getting the victory. But the most important is to be ourselves, to show our level that we've been showing the last few weeks and just improve. The arrival, the return of Oyarzabal to the squad. Do you think he's going to be in the starting lineup tomorrow? Well, he's a very valued player by everyone, and especially by me. I'm very happy that he's here with us. His recovery is great news for Spanish football and for us. And I'm sure Oyarzabal and other colleagues that are here, they're always going to give us everything, and it's going to give us a lot.
Ahora sí, gracias, mister. Muchas gracias. Vamos ya con Jesús Navas. Muy bien, vamos ya con la rueda de prensa de.
So we're going to start with the Jesus Navas press conference. Hello, Jesus. Obviously, a game is a game. But what excites you or makes you more proud? Playing Seville with the national team, or training in this team that's got your name of, that you've practically got the keys of? Well, everything excites me. Every moment here with the national team is just want to enjoy it. Enjoy every moment. Enjoy the game. Enjoy such an important game tomorrow, and to be able to train in my pitch with Sevilla and now with the national team, well, it's great pride. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to listen to the national coach. He's talked great things about you. He's in love with you. He said the way you train, what you give the team on and off the pitch, and he's so happy to have you in this squad. And he doesn't look at your age. Do you look at your age? Do you see yourself in the squad next year in the Euros? Well, I see myself in each moment. That's what I work for. I work for my club in Seville to be here, because it's the maximum to be in the national team. A player like me that's been so many years in football, it's important. It's important for the younger players to have this help, to have this support. And I think it's very important to be very humble and to work in a humble way, which is I always do, and try and help the squad.
Hola Sergio, Jesús, buenas tardes.
I wanted to ask you about Sergio. He's like a brother to you. Has he told you he wants to play again with Spain again? He wants to come back to the Spanish squad? Sergio Ramos? Yeah, of course. He's like a brother to me. And well, he always got the desire to be here, and he's still enjoying his football. The national team for him is very important.
Hola Jesús, permíteme que me salga del guión de la selección. Hoy hemos conocido
Today we've known who's your new manager at Sevilla, Diego Alonso. I wanted to know if you've been able to speak with him, if these last few days, has he spoken to you as you're the captain, and what do you think of his appointment? Well, we haven't spoken yet, so I know he comes with all with a great desire to come. And they told me, the president told me he was coming, so I know he comes with great desire, with great will, and to give everything for Sevilla and to help us all. Last Monday night, you could meet Lamine Yamal, 16 years old. There's other kids of 18, 19, 20. What's it like for Jesus Navas, who's been 20-odd years in as a professional, to be together with these young players? Some of these kids could be your kids, your actual kids, like Lamine Yamal. How do you feel with such a young squad? Well, very happy. I've been in that situation. I know the excitement they have. They want to give everything for the squad, and I think that's the most important thing. And I think the most important thing is that we all help each other. You've lived inside the squad, the evolution of Sanchez. Do you see him as a... You've seen it, we're inside the Juan Luis Sanchez, his evolution. Do you see him as a possible replacement in Sevilla and in Spain? Well, I see him with a great excitement, great will. He's so hungry to keep growing, and I think that's the most important thing, especially for a guy that's so humble. He's a great lad, and he just wants to enjoy football, and I think that's the most important thing. So I think he's in the right direction, and I think he's going to help us for sure. You've already spoken about Sergio Ramos, your brother. We're in Seville. Sergio's in Seville. Is he going to come tomorrow to see you at the hotel and to watch the game? To try and convince him? Well, I haven't spoken to him today. I don't know if he'll be here or if he's out of Seville. I think tomorrow we've got a very important game tomorrow, so I hope we enjoy it. Well, you won the Euros 2012 and before the World Cup, and you can play another European Championship 12 years after. I think this is a unique situation. Yeah, of course. I'm very proud of still being here at the highest level, being able to still help the Spain squad, and that's the idea, to help the younger players and give everything, because we're all got to be together. What's left from Navas in 2010, the world champion in South Africa? Well, I think the will, I want to be here, I want to give everything. It's, as I say, it's something unique to be here with so many good players, so many important players in your national team, defend your national squad. I think that's the maximum of a footballer, and I think being here is so important. I wanted to ask you about Jesus. You're the only survivor of that great national team that made us world champions. I wanted to ask you, how do you see this new squad of youngsters like Ansu Fati, Alejandro Balde, Lamine Yamal, Brian Zaragoza, all these very young players? How do you see this new generation? Well, I think that we saw in the Nations League just how the will they have, the desire to get the title, and I think that's the idea. I just want to keep enjoying this and keep winning titles. I wanted to ask you about you're knocking your hip. How do you find yourself? And if it still annoys you a bit in some games, and if sometimes you have to make an extra effort, well, it's something I have to live with. It's not from now. It's been 3 years now. I've got this. It's a bit of a nuisance sometimes. Sometimes it hurts more and it's harder. But well, I just need to keep working hard, and trying to be the maximum to be available. You're the only player that's won Euros, World Cup, and Nations League. You're an institution in Seville, but always from a lower status. Why don't you show off in a way a bit more in Spain? And well, I think what's made me arrive here has been my humbleness. That's the way my family brought me up. My wife, my kids, it's just, I tell them to keep my feet on the floor, not believe that I'm more than what I am, and I think that's the most important thing for me to be here.